The morning in Washington began with an unusual silence. As the sun cast a golden blanket over the west side of the White House, the usual hustle and bustle reigned inside. However, this morning, there was a sense that something very different from the usual agenda items was about to unfold. In the meeting rooms of the White House, the shockwaves from Elon Musk's resignation were still being felt. The Department of State efficiency he had been working for had quietly left, but the silence did not last long. His first message on X after his departure set the agenda ablaze. The great beautiful law was just a big illusion. The system itself is what's blocking real reform. When President Donald Trump heard about this statement, he was playing golf at his private estate in Florida. When he saw Musk's post on his phone, he slowly took off his gloves. "It started earlier than I expected," he said to himself. Trump's advisors approached him a few minutes later and asked, "Mr. President, are you considering responding?" Trump simply shook his head. "I'll handle this my way." That same evening, Trump held a press conference. In his remarks following a meeting with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, he openly addressed Elon Musk. "We once had a very good relationship with Elon, but now I'm disappointed. I gave him a lot, but ingratitude knows no bounds." Musk responded swiftly. In a post on X, he said, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. The Democrats would have taken the House of Representatives. That's the truth." From this point on, it was no longer just a political spat. The American media began to follow the statements between the two giants minute by minute, but behind the scenes, there was a deeper reckoning that was not being presented to the public. According to some intelligence sources in Washington, among the documents Musk accessed before leaving the White House were the so-called Epstein files, sealed and classified records that had been kept under wraps. Trump was worried about these documents coming to light. Rumors that his name appeared in the documents had been circulating for years, like a suppressed secret. However, Elon Musk's sudden post on X, stating, "Trump is in the Epstein documents. The truth will soon be revealed," broke the surface of the iceberg. The White House and intelligence agencies were on high alert. According to a leaked CIA report, Musk had gained access to some classified servers while in office and was still maintaining that access. This revealed that the tech genius was not just a businessman, but was deeply embedded in the heart of the state apparatus. 2 weeks later, at midnight, Musk organized a meeting at the SpaceX base in Texas, surrounded by high-level security measures. Among the participants were former CIA agents, technology experts, and some opposition senators. The purpose of this meeting was clear: to expose the behind-the-scenes details of the Great Beautiful Bill and present the truths that Trump was trying to suppress to the public. At this secret meeting, Musk claimed that the new law, passed under the guise of tax cuts, was designed to transfer billions of dollars in wealth to certain companies and individuals. He also stated that the text of the law was shown to only a limited number of people before being presented to Congress and that he was never involved in the process. However, just a few hours after the meeting ended, an unknown drone appeared over the SpaceX campus. The campus's security systems issued an alert, but the drone suddenly disappeared. The next day, Travis Nolan, a former intelligence official who had attended the meeting, was found dead in his car. While the autopsy report stated heart attack, Musk and those around him knew the incident was no coincidence. Musk took a risk and decided to address Congress directly. During a live-streamed session, he presented documents showing that the Trump administration had violated the principle of transparency and kept the Epstein files hidden from the public. "The American people have a right to know," he said loudly, "who did what, who protected whom, and for whom these laws were really made." During the session, Trump posted a series of tweets on his X account. "This guy is a complete charlatan. Is Elon now a hero? I brought him in, I sent him out." However, the public had begun to listen to Musk for the first time. After those days, Trump's inner circle fell into a deep silence. However, a few weeks later, a media outlet linked to the former NSA director published an intelligence dossier on Musk. The dossier alleged that Musk had held secret meetings with certain foreign investors and was even involved in technological data sharing with China and Russia. Musk responded to these allegations with the following statement: "These false claims, spread without my knowledge, will not silence the truth. This country cannot be governed by one person's lies." However, public skepticism began to grow. Trump remained silent, but the media claimed that he had established a special intelligence team to investigate Musk. By fall, Musk made another move. He uploaded a file named darkreform.zip to the X platform. The file was quickly made unavailable, but millions of people had already accessed it within the first few minutes. It contained details about how the Trump administration had offered incentives to certain companies, closed documents related to Epstein, and even some CIA reports. Everything this was the truth Musk had referred to. The FBI launched an investigation into Musk under the national security threat category following the leak. But Musk had already left the country. A month later, the following message was posted on his X account. The apparent truths may just be a carefully crafted fiction. America, I truly love you. But sometimes, the greatest betrayal comes from within. This is not a farewell. It is merely the harbinger of a new beginning. Months passed without any news from Elon Musk. He completely withdrew from the management of companies like SpaceX, Tesla, and Neuralink. The executives who replaced him claimed that his decisions in the last few years were strange and inconsistent. Trump, a year later, announced his candidacy for president again and said, "Some people think they are serving the country, but in reality, they are only serving their own egos." However, just before the election, in a mountain town on the west coast of the U.S., digital records, voice messages, and a notebook belonging to Musk were found in an abandoned shelter. On the last page of the notebook was written only this sentence: "The truths left in the dark will one day pierce the light." The coordinates of the location where the notebook was found were deliberately concealed. The FBI report was not shared with the public, and from that day on, Elon Musk was never seen again. But every year in October, a single message appears on the X platform. "I am here. It's not over yet." And America holds its breath, waiting, because no one knows what was the truth. Where did the lies begin? And if Musk returns, what kind of morning will the world wake up to?